My name's Alec, and I'm going to teach you guys about probability. Now, I'm going to do that by giving you guys a very simple, dumbed down version of Dungeons and Dragons. Now, Dungeons and Dragons you have an opinion of it already that it's like super weird or it's too hard to understand. But really, basically, it's just like an RPG that you've played on your gaming console. The only difference is all the math and stats are done with dice by you. On your PlayStation, for example, damage, stats, all of that is done through the engine of the game automatically. But the only difference with Dungeons and Dragons is you can do whatever you want, but all the math and probability of things are with dice. Now, how does this come to probability? Well, glad you asked. So, the attacks in Dungeons and Dragons are judged to hit by armor class. The higher the armor class, the lower the chance a attack is going to hit. So let's say the student, or your child, for example, is Cartman, the wizard from the Stick of Truth. Yes, I do have this. And you're going against fourth gear Luffy right here. So let's say Luffy's armor class is 15. Now, as the parent, you'll make this number up. You can make it easier or harder for your student to hit the enemy. Higher the armor class, harder it is. Lower the armor class, the easier it is. So let's say his armor class is 15. So you're going to take a 20-sided die. You can get a bunch of these die. They come in all different shapes and sizes. You can get them at your local hobby store for like a couple dollars. So let's roll. So I rolled a 4. Now there's a bunch of damage modifiers and attack modifiers for Dungeons and Dragons. I'm not going to get into all of that, but if you do want to do a pure Dungeons and Dragons style game here, you can look them up online. It's really simple. Just for this, let's just say the modifiers are all 5. So whatever you roll, add 5. So I rolled a 4 plus 5, that's not higher than 15, so the attack will not hit. Now, as the dungeon master, as they would call it, you can take a turn with the enemy if you like. You don't have to if you don't want. You can just keep having the student try to hit him. Now, let's roll again. Let's say, okay, so I rolled a 14. Now, the attack modifier is 5. So add 5 to this, that's greater than 15. So the attack did hit. Now, you're going to take a 8-sided die and roll your damage. Looks like this, looks like a diamond, got 8 sides on it. So roll. So I rolled a 2. Now, the attack modifier, like I said, they'll all be 5. So we're gonna add 5 to this. And so you will do 7 damage to Luffy. Now, as the person running the lesson, you should have the armor class and the health for the enemy in your head. The person who's playing should not know, because they don't know how strong or weak the enemy is that they are facing. So ideally you'll have a divider, or you can just make it up in your head and keep track of it or write it down. It does not matter. Just make sure you know all the things, they know nothing. Okay, they can know how much health they have if you so choose to do that, if you want to give yourself attack turns. But keep track of the damage and the armor class, because you have to tell them if the attack hit or did not hit and how much damage it did. So eventually this person or enemy will die. If it's just one person, don't make the health really big, or else you'll be there forever and it'll take forever. But so you can make it as hard or easy as you can freely with the armor class. So the higher the armor class, the lower the probability of the attack is hitting. The lower the armor class, the weaker the enemy, and the higher chance of an attack is hitting. So do this what you will. You can use figures. You don't have to have a Stick of Truth figure or a One Piece figure to do it. Or you could just be all verbal. It can all just be something you say. You don't have to use figures at all. So yeah, have fun, and that will be it.